Now, if you've ever done anything in Excel that's a repetitive task that you do every single month, so whether that's, for instance, a month-end report, or maybe you analyze data as part of your day job, then you should possibly be using macros to save yourself time. But if you've never used macros before, sometimes they can feel a little bit scary and you don't even know where to start. So in this series, I'm walking you through exactly what you need to do to save yourself time and how to use macros. So we're going to start off really easy in this playlist. Now, all I ask is that if you find the videos useful, that you give them a thumbs up, because it does help with the YouTube algorithm and helps it be pushed out to other people who could possibly use the videos. But otherwise, let's just jump into the video. So firstly, we've got this data over here between columns A to E that you can see here. Now, before we look at the data properly, I just want to make sure that you've got everything set up in Excel correctly. So in a previous video, which I'm just going to link just over here, what you should have at the top is a developer tab up here. And we always need to make sure that our Excel file is being saved as an Excel macro workbook. So if you go to File, Save As, you'll have the option to say macro. And again, I showed that in the previous video. So just make sure that you run through those steps first. And I'll pop those in the description section as well, just to make sure that we've covered them. However, we're going to look at this data here. So the first thing that we're going to do is go to Developer and hit on Record Macro. And I'm just going to move that down here and also move myself down here. So we can call this a name. So let's just call it sales report, and we could create a shortcut key if we wanted to with Control+. And we're going to store the macro in this workbook. We could save it somewhere else if we wanted to, so a personal macro book, a new workbook, or this workbook. We can add a description if we want to, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to hit OK. And we're going to just start editing or formatting this in whatever way we want to. So I'm going to use the left click of my mouse to select all of this. I'm going to hit Control B on my keyboard, and that's going to bold all of that there. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ensure that sales are in the right currency. So if I click on the column sales, again using the left click of my mouse, go to home, and under number here, so home, number, where we've got general, I'm going to click currency, and that's defaulted to pounds. Now, if I right click on here and go to format cells, I can change the symbol. So if I wanted dollars, for example, I can do that on here, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to leave that as is. And then I'm going to select units sold, and I want 2 decimal places. So at the minute, there are no decimal places against units sold. To hit the comma, and that will give me 2 decimal places. Or I can reduce the number of decimal places by hitting on that there. But again, I'm going to make sure that that stays bold. Next thing I'm going to do is I want column B to highlight with the conditional formatting, highlight cells with text that contains north. And I want a light red fill with dark and red text. So I'm going to hit OK. And then I'm going to go to Developer and stop recording. Now here's the fun part. So let's just undo everything that we've just done. So we'll go to home, and we're just going to hit on that undo button there. There we go. And if we go to the developer tab up here and we go to insert, we can hit insert button here like this. And we're going to select sales report like this. Click on OK. And then just double click on it to remove the text. So let's call it a sales report. There you go. So if we click on this now, all of that gets formatted. So every single time that you copy data into here, just here, so the same type of data that gets pulled up all the time. So let's just say you're using Xero, for example, in your software, and you download a report, pop it into there, hit your macro button, and it will analyze that data for you. So you don't need to do that in the likes of Claude or OpenAI or Chat, for example. You can just do that within Excel. So the tools are available to you. You don't even need to use Claude in Excel. So yeah, I hope you found that useful, and I hope you can put it into practice with other things that you're using at the moment. Let me know what you're using it for in the comment section, or if there's something specific that you want to see that you want me to walk through. I can do all of that, and I will catch you on the next one.